Hello, people of Line. Hello, people of Line. Hello, people of YouTube and Line. Hello, people of YouTube, and welcome to the Spikehead Podcast for another movie review, where today we'll be talking about Quinten Tarantino's ninth film. I don't know if you know this, but it's his ninth film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and Margot Robbie. And this film is, as stated, the ninth film by Quinten Tarantino, and is about Rick Dalton and his buddy Cliff Booth, his stunt double, as they try and navigate their way through Hollywood. Rick Dalton is slowly becoming a has-been and is trying to come to terms with that, and Cliff Booth is trying to push him into getting into these spaghetti western films. Oh yeah, and the Manson murders are in this. But before we begin this review, guys, feel free to drop a like. If you like what we do on this channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It would really help a lot. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Yeah, let's get right into some positive, guys. First things first, script amazing as per effing usual with Tarantino. This guy is the master of dialogue. There are a lot of scenes I feel like they really go nowhere, but the dialogue sucks you in. A particular favourite dialogue scene of mine is Leonardo DiCaprio sat with this child actor at these two chairs, and he's telling her about this book, and this book kind of relates to his own life, because he is really heartbroken that he is slowly becoming more and more useless as an actor, and that is truly a fantastic scene. I do love the scenes where he is acting as that character as well. And let's just talk about that trailer scene as well. Walking in, all the goddamn people. Brilliant. Leo, it's so good to have you back, man. I can't believe this is his first film since The Revenant came out. Dare I say it? Maybe up for another Oscar nod? I don't know. Brad Pitt is also good as well. I loved his dialogue in this. Admittedly, I wasn't a big fan of the Bruce Lee scene, because I don't recall Bruce Lee being that aggressive, but apparently Tarantino met Bruce Lee and heard him speak like that. So, but anyway, Brad Pitt, he is brilliant in this as well. As for Margot Robbie, there was obviously that video that went round of Tarantino snapping at a woman, asking him why Margot Robbie doesn't have a lot of dialogue. And to be quite honest, yeah, she hardly has any dialogue, to the point where, in fact, no, I'll get into that in many negatives, because I still want to talk about some positive bits, because that finale is brutal, absolutely brutal, to the point where even I had to go, ooh. And I'm a fan of the Saw franchise. I do like a bit of gore when it's used tastefully, but Jesus Christ, this was brutal. The film is mainly full of great performances, it's directed superbly, and the script is second to none. But I do have to get into my big problems with this film. The whole Manson murder aspect being in this, and Sharon Tate. Honestly, I don't want to spoil how it ends. Obviously, the ending is brutal, but I feel like there was no need for the Mansons and Sharon Tate to actually be in this. This film was very much a love letter to Hollywood, and when it embraced old-timey Hollywood and filmmaking and things like that, and the lines and the script survival and the makeup work, fantastic. But the whole I don't feel like Sharon Tate needed to be in this movie. I don't feel like the Mansons needed to be in this movie. They are sprinkled throughout the film, and I had to actually fully research the Manson stuff. I liked how he took influence from the Manson family, but he could have invented a fake actress. He could have invented a fake cult, a fake home invader, a fake set of murderers. But it ended up just being another case of with Inglourious Basterds, where he owed his history for a brutal finale, and that I always bug about Inglourious Basterds. Luckily, this one didn't bother me as much, but at the same time, the film kind of ends at that point. It feels like the film was a lot of just chatting nonsensical stuff to each other up until we got to this point. And this film is a very long film. I got to the 10:20 screening of this, and I came out at 1:30 in the afternoon, and assuming there's half hour between when the film starts and the actual film starts, then it was like 10 to 11, so this is like a good nearly 2.5 hour film that I sat through, and it didn't feel that long at all. But there are a lot of elements that just feel like they go nowhere. There's a side plot with Brad Pitt going with this hippie girl and going to that ranch that the Manson's family was at, and there's a lot of tense moments in there, but it really doesn't go nowhere in the end. Does build tension quite well on the first watch, but I feel like on future watches the tension won't still be there, unlike say Pulp Fiction with Ezekiel whatever passes that was, or Reservoir Dogs scene with the Mexican standoff. That still tense to this day. That scene in this film aren't feels as good. When this film is a love letter to Hollywood in general, I absolutely love it. I could have watched a 3-hour film of Rick Dalton struggling to get himself known back in Hollywood again, and I would have been fine with that. I would have felt like it would have been a good way to start the film, and this whole Rick and Cliff maybe having to split up towards the end could have been established as like a third part climax. I feel like another actor or director could have taken this film and made it a nice Oscar baity sort of developing over time slice of life little piece. But obviously Tarantino's got to have his blood and gore in there, so of course we get that big finale, and when it does happen, I'm not gonna lie, it was brutal. It was a fantastic scene. I absolutely loved it, but at the same time it just bugged me that we didn't really need Sharon Tate or the Mansons in this film. But that is my personal opinion. My favourite parts of this film was of course just Rick Dalton being on that cowboy set and just doing all this stuff. I could have watched that for several hours. The Cliff Booth stuff with the hippies could have gone without, but it was nice to see him doing his own little thing. He's a bit too much of a yes man maybe, but I did like the bond between the two. Now, overall, guys, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I will say, is it one of Tarantino's best? No, but it's not a bad movie either. He's made 9 films. I've only seen 7 of them. I've yet to see Jackie Brown or Death Proof or Death Race, whatever it's called. Need to see those two, so don't expect any sort of ranking video from myself. But I will say that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because of the fantastic acting, the great homage to Hollywood, and just the script itself, I am going to have to say that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is a good cup of tea. So, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, have you guys seen it? If you have, let me know what you thought down in the comments below. And if you do enjoy what I do on this channel, again, feel free to smash that subscribe button for more reviews coming all the time. Until next time, guys, that's Spikehead Podcast, signing off.